So I'm sitting outside and there's a squirrel right there. It's like honking. There's a bird over there. It's chirping. And I don't know if you can see it, but that's a deer. Hi, deer. I think I need to rank some Pokemon. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing it. We're talking all things Beedrill. That's right. It's Pokemon. And we're going to rank the OGs, the gangsters from the first generation, from Bulbasaur all the way to Mew. Subscribe if you like the Pokemon as much as I do, and if you want to see more videos like this. My first real ranking I've done on this channel. It was actually inspired by another channel here on YouTube, Nostalgic Nighthawk, who has a big focus especially on Pokemon Emerald and doing the Battle Frontier. He's got a great little channel here that I recommend you check out. I watched the favorite Johto Pokemon tier list, and it actually made me curious, how do I feel about Pokemon from the design up? Do I love them? Do I hate them? I don't know. I've never really thought that deeply about Kakuna, but today I'm going to get to with this ranking from tiermaker.com. So the scale is from love to hate, so everything in between, like, neutral, dislike, hate. I think I know my top three, but I don't really know how I rank them and how I organize them, so I'm very curious. We'll just go ahead and start off with number one here. It's Bulbasaur. I like Bulbasaur. He's cute, charming, not my top pick. But as far as starters go, this generation has the best starters in my mind. Although, what is Bulbasaur? He's a little seed Pokemon known for Leech Seed, Bullet Seed, Vine Whip. He goes in the anime, Soar, Bulbasaur. So he's good. I do like him. There's nothing I dislike necessarily. It's just that by proxy of the other starters, not my favorite. I think I'll go starters first. So we'll go Charmander next. I love Charmander. Do I love Charmander? Yeah, honestly, importance in the anime, and I probably pick him. The struggle is real with Charmander, especially for the beginning part of the game against Brock, the only Pokemon that has a hard time with Brock. But honestly, Ember manages the Pokemon mostly just fine, and you can kind of counter with some others on your team. And do I love Charmander? Char! Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I like him. Maybe it's not love. But I have a lot of respect for Charmander pickers. So, do I love Charmander? Do I love this Pokemon? I think this design just sucks with this fire red, leaf green sprite. He looks kind of derpy. I think in the OG with red, blue sprites, I wish they had that here. Maybe I can find that and do it again. I don't know. But with these sprites, it's just not doing it justice. I think I do love Charmander. Come on, he's classic. They butchered him in Fire Red, Leaf Green. What are we doing? I love Squirtle. Come on, Squirtle Squad all the way. The sunglasses. I'm going to put my shades on just for Squirtle. But do I put Squirtle under Charmander? That's a hard question. God, I do love Squirtle. Squirtle's adorable, bro. And the Squirtle Squad, come on, big respect. I'm taking the evolutions out of this for a second. Do I love Squirtle more than Bulbasaur? Absolutely. But do I love him less than Charmander? I think he's just too easy. He's too easy to use. Like, he's basically gonna dominate Brock and gonna dominate... Well, he's not gonna dominate Misty, but at least he'll have a fighting chance. And most, water type is just the most OP in the game. So I have a lot of love for Squirtle, but it makes a mostly easy game too much easier, which is why I think I love Charmander more than I love Squirtle, but they are both love territory. I do have a lot of love for them. It'd be cool to just kind of knock out the primary evolutions first, but Yeah, actually, I don't think that's a bad approach. We'll mix it up, mash it up, so this isn't like every other ranking you've seen. Let's go to Caterpie next. Do I dislike this Caterpillar? I think I do. I think he's just kind of dumb and useless, and I never want to catch him in Viridian Forest in the early game. The only reason, the only thing that's like a redeeming trait about Caterpie and Weedle, for that matter, I'm just going to put them both here. I don't think I like either of these guys. The only thing that's redeeming quality about these guys is their easy, quick evolutions for filling your Pokédex, which is something I don't necessarily care about. The flip side is for Weedle, there's a utility there where Poison Sting can poison enemies. They both get String Shot, so it's not particularly a distinguishing factor for either of these two. But the ability to cause poison on enemies is useful, whereas Caterpie is stupid. He only gets Tackle. But I don't hate Caterpie, and I don't hate Weedle. I just don't like catching them. And, you know, from a design standpoint, I think I prefer Caterpie, but from a utility standpoint, I prefer Weedle. So where does that affect my ranking of either of them? Honestly, probably putting Caterpie first. Just because in this case, even though Weedle has more utility, realistically, I'm not going to catch it. So Weedle can go. Let's go next to Pidgey. I like Pidgey. I just don't get much use out of it. It's not my preferred flying type in this game, especially in Gen 1. As far as utility goes, it's just got Gust, but I don't see, I'm messed up from typing, or I have like Emerald typing in my head, and moves are just typed according to the attack and not the type. So flying in the first game would probably be physical, so he's probably actually more useful than I'm giving him credit for in the original Red and Blue and Yellow. But it doesn't change the fact that I don't really go Pidgey over like Spearow. But I think from a design standpoint, Pidgey's just kind of classic. I still think about Pokemon Snap and the Pidgeys kind of flying out in the beginning of the game and meeting you there. So pretty likable, but not more than Bulbasaur. I would pick a Bulbasaur over a Pidgey. Let's go Rattata. I don't think I like Rattata. I think it's kind of dumb. Just a rat Pokemon. Like we have a mouse Pokemon, and rats like being the #1 thing that you encounter in the game. It's purple. I don't know of a purple rat. That's kind of scary now that I'm thinking about it. But as far as usefulness, it is over Caterpie and Weedle. But it just looks stupid here with the mouth. I do think usefulness, though, just carries it a little bit. You get Super Fang, which does half damage. And, oh, man, I don't like Rattata. It's just so weak as well, but at least it's useful. These guys are not useful. You know, for bug Pokemon, you would hope for, like, good bug moves, but they get nothing. At least Rattata you can use. So I'm going to have to put Rattata over Caterpie and Weedle, but I don't like it. I wouldn't use it. Now we're going to Spearow. I love Spearow. Not more than a starter, but I do love me some Spearow. Drill Peck, one of the best moves in the game in my mind, and the beak works for it. I kind of wish Pidgeot line got Drill Peck. Spearow gets it. Spearow is strong. Spearow is a contender for the early game. Now, does it mean I love him more than, you know, some of the evolutions? Not necessarily, but as far as starters go, he could go with either of these guys for me. And if I had a Bulbasaur, I'm leveling up Spearow first. Love me some Spearow. Ekans, you know, I don't really have feelings for Ekans either way. I think Ekans is kind of dumb, but especially the namesake snake backwards, that's not very creative. I probably could have came up with something better than that. Let's see. A garden snake, so Slithe or something could be cool, but that's not the name. It's just snake backwards. And as far as utility goes, he is more useful than a Weedle. He has more health. He learns other moves, but rap is annoying. He doesn't know how to rap. Yo, I'm a snake and I can rap. Not very well, though. It's kind of dumb and kind of annoying when you come across him, but it doesn't make me dislike him. I have no feelings about him. I don't really use him. I did use him in my my Heart Gold Soul Silver playthrough recently, so that was a change. But he's more useful there. In the original, I don't care. I don't really want Ekans on my team, and I don't not want him on my team. He's just there. Pikachu. Do I love Pikachu? I like Pikachu. Do I like him more than Bulbasaur? I think yellow castrates Pikachu in a way because you're forced to have Pikachu without evolving it, and also it's kind of annoying. Like, I like that he follows you and you can check in with him, but I don't like that. But I don't dislike him either, and I'm not neutral. I'm happy to have Pikachu on the team, but realistically, he's not going to take over other electric types for me, and he's not better than any of the starters as choices for me either. I do love Thunderbolt, and I do love like a surfing Pikachu. That's cute, that's adorable. But and Thunder, like, okay, that's really powerful too. But like, a Bulbasaur could get Solar Beam, and Squirtle can get Hydro Pump. So I don't know what the real perk is here other than typing, and the fact that everybody has Earthquake just nerfs the heck out of Pikachu. So I'm sorry, Pikachu, but you are bottom alike, but I do like you. I don't hate you. Sandshrew. This guy's adorable, but he's useless. I do like me a Sandshrew, but realistically, I'm not using him. I wish he was more competent, but the stats just suck, especially when we go into Sandslash. But man, as far as, just cute Pokemon, he wins a Kawaii Cup for me. So I don't know, but I would probably put a Pikachu before I put a Sandshrew. Would I, though? Nah, Sandshrews over Pikachu, and Sandshrew is over Pidgey. I like Sandshrew more than Pidgey. That's probably fair. Come on, you can't dislike that face. He's the real mouse Pokemon. We love this mouse. This makes sense, too. A ground mouse, mice burrow. What is this electric rodent crap? Make Sandshrew the mascot Pokemon. Game Freak. What are we doing? Get a little freaky with it. Nidoran female. Neutral. Above Ekans, though. I do like the Nidoran line per se, but I mean, female is probably not my pick. Just being kind of a defensive buff here as opposed to the male one. I guess we can rank him too. I do really like Nidoran male, and more than Pikachu, more than Pidgey, more than Sandshrew. Do I like him more than Bulbasaur? Yes, I do. Nidoran male, I think he's like, his design is better. He's got kind of like the don't mess with me kind of vibe. Though a single horn on the head, he goes for a horn attack. You level him up for double kick. He is a strong contender for the early game. But I will say Spearow is probably easier to raise for me. It's just that Nidoran male kind of wins in terms of the brawlic look. I think he's tougher there, but Spearow gives me kind of tough vibes too. I really like both of these guys. Either of them on the team is a plus for me. Clefairy. I don't care about you. But for narrative significance, Mount Moon is cute. Metronome is a fun little move set to mess with, but it's just for utility's sake. I really don't use Clefairy often. I don't really like you, Clefairy. I don't know what to say. And then Birth of Fairy type, I think, is one of the worst decisions in the Pokemon franchise. You had Steel, you had Dark in Gen 2. You go 5 more generations. I don't know the number. Maybe it's 5, maybe it's not. But then the next typing and last typing to be included is a Fairy typing. And it comes from your name. Sorry, Clefairy. I actually kind of dislike you for that. I think I'm a little annoyed, actually. Because you've nerfed one of my favorite typings, which is Dragon, which is sadly underrepresented here. But Clefairy, I think I dislike you, but not more than Rattata. I'd be more likely to use you than a Rattata. We have a Vulpix, the Six Tails. I think I'm pretty neutral on Vulpix. Would I use him over Ekans? For Will-O-Wisp, yes, but usually no. I don't know. girly looking Pokemon. I hate to say it that way, but like Vulpix looks like a girl Pokemon. Like look at the facial features here. I usually don't like the female Pokemon. It's nothing against female Pokemon. It just doesn't like gel as well with me. Not to say for all of them, but like some of these more like cuter ones, not so much. And we'll think about that for like Nidoqueen and Ninetales. I'm not really too sure. Jigglypuff. Oh, I don't like you, Jigglypuff. Sing is annoying. Moonstone requirement. I do think like narrative significance, you're more important than Clefairy, but not by much. Well, not for narrative significance, but at least for like utility goes. The fairy typing, the defense scroll rollout moveset ain't bad. Oh, but I still don't really like you. I think you are kind of dumb little Pokemon. But there's something likable about your dumbness. I guess I'm neutral. I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. I just am neutral about you. No hate yet. That's good. It's pretty balanced, little tier ranking here. Let me get some water. Alright, let's see who's next. Getting these early evolutions out of the way. Zubat. I wish you weren't like so weak, Zubat. I wish you were a little bit stronger in the early game. It takes you so long to level up and get wing attack to be somewhat useful. I really don't like the system that you need to use to like level up Zubat, because like early on he gets Supersonic, which is a 55% hit, useless for you, but CPU will always get it. I don't like that he has non-stab moves, same type attack bonus, so he has like Astonish, Leech Life. Bite is the first time he becomes kind of useful, but even then it's not stab and he's relatively weak. The best stat is speed, which is good. It's not until he gets confused, right? And then like he's just, you catch him early game and he's useless for so much. Well, not useless, but he's just hard to use for a lot of it. You have to play him a very specific type of way that I don't really like playing, but I do it anyway. I do it every time. I don't know why I catch Zubat every time and I use him. I guess I prefer him as like a typing over like a Pidgey, but even then poison's whack. Oh, Zubat, you kind of suck. And I don't like that, but I like you. So you're top of neutral for me, I guess. I don't think I like you more than Pikachu, though. Oddish. I don't think I like you, Oddish. It's not that strong, though. You're useful. But, like, are you an herb? Are you... What are you? You're a weed. You get smoked. And you're happy when it happens. You also look like a blueberry that's a weed. And that's another, like, annoying... Not typing. The grass poison is annoying as typing. I'm gonna be honest. I guess that counters some of the ground, but you're kind of useless. You're kind of slow, and I don't really like you, but not less than Caterpie and Weedle. Oh, who's next? Paris? Oh, Paris. Oh, Paris. You're also useless. You are so useless for like so much of your playthrough. I really don't like you, Paris. Oh gosh, you suck. You're grass bug, is it? I don't remember. Grass and bug. Mushroom Pokemon. Is that what you are? But you're also a little crab mushroom. Yeah, these guys like become something and they're bugged. All the bugs are just kind of, I'm not a bug guy, you know. I know this disrespect to Satoshi, but man, the bugs are just kind of whack so far. We'll see when it gets to Scyther, but... Oh, Paris, you kind of just suck. I'm sorry. Venonat, though. I like Venonat. I've never really used a Venonat competitively. I've always thought about it. But what are you, Bug? And Poison, I think. But you get Confusion. You get, like, Psychic moves, which is strange as a typing for you, but... It's acceptable, but you're cute. Like, you have a good little thing going. You have moves, and you're interesting at least. You're a Nat Pokemon. I can't really tell. I think of you the same size as like all these other ones, but it works for you. You got a good thing going, Venonat. I ain't mad at it. Okay, Diglett. I think I like Diglett. The penile Pokemon that's in the ground at the beach. I don't know. He's in a cave. Well, that's a scary thought. Walking through a cave and little things pop out at you. Surprise! I'm up. Diglett. Very strong Pokemon. The Earthquake and everything. I just think you're dull is all. You're pretty dull. Conceptually, like you just look like my thumb. The thumb Pokemon, but I like my thumb, and I like you too, Diglett. You're not dislikable. I think you just have an overabundance problem as well in like Diglett Cave. I don't think you're super, like, you kind of just are very common, and so it's not like a big thrill to getting a Diglett, except that you're right next to Surge's gym. So if you don't have a Pokemon up to that point. Yeah, Diglett. I like you. I do. I will put a Diglett on the team. Yeah, that's right. I think I'm also kind of just neutral on you. Narrative significance, but I do put you over Jigglypuff. Payday is interesting, and I'd probably put you over Vulpix and Ekans as well. The ability to get some extra money there is cute. Slash is a good solid attack. I just don't really use you, so I don't really have much feelings about it. But the fact that the coin is like on your head, and if you throw an amulet coin on Meowth, he could have something good going there, so I'm not too mad at it. Psyduck. Okay, you kind of suck too. You're pretty useless. You get psychic types, but you're not psychic, so you lead people to believe it, but you're not. Like, this is like the biggest sigh out. That's why you're Psyduck. Psyduck. I just want to sigh at this one. I'm not really feeling him. I wish I liked him more. Like, he's dumb and he's fun. A lot of dumb, fun Pokemon that are likable, but just not when played. They just played, he kind of sucks. Psyducks. I don't dislike you, though. My dad likes you. My dad likes Jigglypuff, too. I think if we did this list with him, he may have some different opinions. I wouldn't put you over Vulpix, but I would put you over Jigglypuff. But I think you could be a lot more useful, Psyduck. I'm not gonna hold you. Mankey, though, I really like a Mankey. Probably more than Pikachu, and probably more than Pidgey. Design-wise, I mean, he's a funny little monkey in the beginning of the game, and he is very strong for a lot of it, but he's not the best fighting type by any means. But he is a solid pick for the beginning. Will help you if you're a Charmander picker for the Brock segment. And I just don't think he's like cuter than Sandshrew, though. Sandshrew Dig moveset, solid. I can go for that. Mankey, Karate Chop, okay, fine. Seismic Throw, okay. You usually end up becoming like my strength user, so I'm not like so super thrilled by Mankey. Growlithe. Whoa, we got a really strong one here that I don't use a lot, probably because I pick Charmander a lot. But I do like Growlithe a lot. But I don't use you. I kind of should use you more, but you're only available so late in the game, and I kind of hate that. But I think I would put you over Nidoran male. If I had access to Growlithe in the early game, I would run you to the end, my boy. My child, I like you a lot, but you've never breached love territory because I haven't gotten to know you like that. There's time. I'm open-minded, Growlithe. So that's a good boy joining the high rankings here. Wow, top 5. Interesting. Top 5 of the first evolutions. This is going to be a long video. Poliwag. Aww, I like Poliwag. I do. Where, though? Over Diglett. Over no, maybe not over Venonat. I think Venonat's a little more interesting, whereas a Tadpole Pokemon is like, okay, I usually have some water types by this point, but I think underappreciated. Definitely something going for Poliwag in this generation. When you get to Poliwhirl, he's okay, and we'll talk about that. Poliwrath, though, I think could be a fun fighting type to use. Who's next? Abra. I don't hate Abra, that's not true. But I think Abra, I kind of do dislike you. Not more than these guys. I think you only having teleport kind of sucks. You are the strongest type in this game, and your special attack is wild, so is your speed. But your defense sucks. I think you're a little kind of overused. And then design-wise, like, what are you? Are you a Muppet? Are you a doll? I don't really know. Abra, you could be useful if you put some TMs on him, but again, I think just design-wise, I don't really love him. And I'm interested to see how this affects my Kadabra Alakazam ranking, but I don't like you at all. I think you kind of break Gen 1 a lot. So I understand why people use you, but you're someone I don't like in this game. Machop. Okay. Neutral, but above a lot of these guys. Above Meowth, above a Nidoran female. You would probably just become my HM slave, though. I would put Strength and Rock Smash on you. I don't really know if you get others in Gen 1. Rock Climb, if that's in Fire Red and Leaf Green. But, you know, I think you're a solid common pick, but you're definitely below Mankey as far as fighting types for me. Bellsprout. Okay, you kind of suck. I don't really like you either. Vine Whip, but I don't think I rank you under Oddish. I think you're over Oddish. But just like kind of the sleep powder users, I just don't really care. And these guys are slow, man. They're weak. Look at how frail he is. So what are you exactly? A Venus flytrap, I think. I'm not sure. I don't care about you. Bellsprout Tower, but that's going into Gen 2. But that doesn't matter. We could talk about that. The Bellsprout Tower, who cares? You're just easy XP fodder for me at that point. So Bellsprout, I'm sorry. I don't really like you. In fact, I'll probably put Oddish over you. I'm going to say. At least Oddish is kind of dumb and fun. Bellsprout is just dumb. So there you go. There's Bellsprout. Tentacool is also kind of just XP fodder for me. But do I dislike you? Do I think you're stupid? I do think you're a jellyfish Pokemon, so you make sense. I'm kind of neutral on you. And I don't really like your design. I think you're kind of hideous. I'm not trying to be judgmental, but this poor jellyfish here. And I have raised Tentacools and Tentacruels before, but who likes getting stung by jellyfish? Raise your hand. I'd probably put him under Jigglypuff. There you go. Okay. Geodude. I like Geodude. Geodude's funny, but dumb. Funny but dumb. A no-legged Pokemon, and he's just kind of a staple. He is the dude. Honestly, I'd probably go over Poliwag here. I have brought a Geodude to the Elite Four before, kind of as a trolley moment, but I love the dude. Geodude. Did you know Geodude is a classic staple of Gen 1? Yeah. Come on, he's rock hard. He's the dude, and he inspires bodybuilders around the world. This young bodybuilding rock. He is the rock. He is the dude. He is all of the above. You know what? I gotta move him higher than Pikachu for sure. But under Pidgey, I'd probably raise a Pidgey first. Oh, would I? Yeah. Yeah, now Geodude's cooler than Pidgey. Come on. Geodude is cooler than Pidgey. Look at this. Geodude's looking at Pidgey like, yo, I'm going to sock you in the beak, son. That's my rock. He's my rock. Geodude is my rock. There you go. Okay, who's next? Ponyta. I don't hate Ponyta. I'm just moving him up. I'm kind of neutral on Ponyta. Over Tentacool. Over Jigglypuff. Under Psyduck. I think Psyduck has some character. Ponyta is a fire horse. You got me, man. But the shiny's great, but I'm not a shiny hunter, so I don't. You know what, though? Yeah, I'd even put him under Vulpix, interestingly. I think Vulpix is cooler. Ponyta just gets Fire Spin and Stomp. At least he gets Flamethrower, you know? Slowpoke. Oh, I love me some Slowpoke. Not love, though. That's too strong. But I like you. You're a good little water psychic type. And finally, a good little psychic type that's not an Abra. Even though he's slow, he makes up for it with the HP and special defense and defense. Amnesia, Curse, man. Slowpoke's, he is the GOAT. He will win like Elite Four. I think I had Slowbro annihilates Elite Four as a clip a couple years ago. And dumb but fun. The tail is important for catching Shelders. Honestly, I'd go over Bulbasaur. Over Nidoran male. Yeah, I would. He is a top fiver. You got 2 fires, 2 waters, and a flying. Interesting. My baby cup. Magnemite. Kind of neutral on you. You're a magnet. Pretty strong. Special attack, but everything else is kind of weak. Over Tentacool. Over these guys. And Steel is cool. I don't. Steel kind of sucks as a typing, but at least you have Levitate. But I don't put you over Meowth. I think Meowth has more character than you. I kind of hate Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd just sucks. I don't think of a redeeming factor. I know that there is like some like new evolution for Farfetch'd, but he's just like the name. He is Farfetch'd. He's a weird one. He's useless. I would never raise a Farfetch'd. The Unibrow, it's like I'm looking in the mirror, my guy. And the walking stick, I just don't get you. I don't understand you. You are my most disliked Pokemon so far. I am curious to see if anyone beats you out. But I really hate you. Like, I think you just kind of suck. I'm sorry. I would catch you only to fill the Pokedex, and that's it. At least a Parasect, like, I could try and find a way to use. But a Farfetch'd? What am I doing with you? Nothing. I don't... Hate strong? Maybe it is just dislike? Like, intense dislike? I'm gonna leave you an intense dislike. I don't think I really hate you. I think I just think... I hate the concept of... The fact that you're so unusable. And you kind of just... Like, there's a bunch of flying types. What are you doing to catch up? You're just not. Oh, boy. Doduo is better. I don't dislike you. I kind of just don't think about you in any meaningful way. You're a two-headed bird, so you're kind of like an aberration. I guess they had a chemical leak in the Safari Zone, so that's interesting. That's not true. I'm just making up some lore here. And Tri-Attack is a great little move. The normal typing gives you a benefit there. Drill Peck does make you useful. But I just think of, like, birds that fly, because fly is, like, such a usable move. So, like, I put that on these guys over you. I wouldn't put you over Magnemite. I would put you over Ekans. Seal. I don't hate Seal. I just don't think about it. Ice typing, our first ice type. and it's just on the plain Jane Seal Pokemon. You are dumb. You kind of are fine, but ice is also kind of weak. You just look like a dumb, derpy sea lion. I think Jigglypuff has some more character than you. And I wouldn't really use you. You come up so late in the game, and I'm not like, oh, I wish I could use you. It's just like, no, I'm just like, I'm not going to use you at this point. I have better water typings, and I'll throw an ice on someone else. Sorry, Seal, not sorry. Grimer, though, I like Grimer. I think Grimer is like, he's a sludge Pokemon. I do think you don't really get opportunities to use him very early on, but I think he's like kind of cool as like an evil, Team Rocket-esque Pokemon, a little derpy Grimer, but like at the same time not to be messed with. He will sludge you up. He will acid armor, throw some black sludge on him. He's healing up. Poison is weak to a lot of stuff, but he's a competent poison type. Much like, say, Nidoran. So I can mess with Grimer, but not over Nidoran. See, but I think Nidoran is just so standard that Grimer gets an edge for being like so, I don't know, like taboo or something. I kind of like Grimer, but not more than Slowpoke. Slowpoke would wreck a Grimer too. Shelder, though. A clam with its tongue out. Ice typing, better than a Seal. Probably better than a Jigglypuff. With the Slowpoke, he's kind of cool with this Pokemon Snap evolution method. But I don't particularly like you, and I don't dislike you. So you're just in the middle. Ghastly. Ghastly is a ghost. I like Ghastly. Competitively, thematically, he is pretty kind of spooky here, and there are a lot of opportunities to use him. I wish, though, and this is something we haven't really talked about, like that you didn't have to do trades to get final evolutions for these guys, like him, Machop, Geodude. It's not enough to hold off on these guys, maybe the later evolutions, because I won't hold it off. I won't hold it against the first evolutions here. The poison makes you kind of weak, and there's no real ghost type moves in Gen 1. Aside from, is there any even? I think it's Nightshade, which is not really a move that is super effective on Psychic, which kind of sucks. But I still like you, and I think you get better later. I like you more than Sandshrew. And I like you more than Bulbasaur. We have a poison problem here. I like poison. What can I say? I drink on weekends. Okay, there you go. Onyx. I like Onyx. Not a lot. Screech is actually really useful as a moveset on Onyx, and he's so fast he can get it off quick. Do a couple rock throws or rock slides. Just hard to catch is all, but man, he's formidable. He's foreboding. I think I like him more than Geodude. If I caught more of him, I probably, Geodude's kind of a troll Pokemon, but Onyx is like, don't mess with me. And the fact he turns into a Steelix is like, whoa, okay. So I'm a fan of the Onyx. Over Mankey? No, I like Mankey more. And Sandshrew. Who's next? Drowsy. I hate Drowsy. No, I don't hate Drowsy. I don't even dislike him. I think he's just fine. But then again, I look at him and I'm like, what are you? Are you something from Dark Crystal? Are you Alf? I don't know. I don't know what you are. but I use you. But Disable sucks. So does Hypnosis. I don't really mess with Hypnosis. Fine. You're fine. You're just neutral. You're bottom of neutral for me. Drowsy. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to put you over Tentacool. You're not as cool as Tentacool. Krabby. I hate Krabby. No, I don't hate Krabby. I don't dislike Krabby. And I think you look cool. You look great. I'm not going to lie. You're just not very usable. But you look great. Oh, that's such a good design, Krabby. I do like you. I don't dislike you. But I dislike that. You're really slow and you're weak to like a couple major moves you'll see in the game. Special defense and HP are not good. You have strong attacks, so what's the point of you being water type? Some things don't make a lot of sense, but you're easier to use than Zubat. Are you though? Are you though? You're still a high neutral either way, but I think I'd rather use you than a Zubat. It's just I get Zubat earlier. Voltorb. Okay, Voltorb I mess with. You're pretty high in like for me. But you are just a Pokeball that sparks. So I do think a Mimic Pokemon that's cool. There's something to that, and you're useful. You are so fast. You get good moves later. You get your Thunderbolt and whatnot. You get Spark early in the later games. Thunder Shock is fine. Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom is a good little move to use. But I think you're like a little too standard. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't like you more than like an Onix. I don't like you more than Bulbasaur. So this is a good spot for you in like. Execute. We're executing the plan. No, we're not. I'm kind of just neutral. Eggs. Like, I don't know. What's next? Game Freak yogurt. Granola. My breakfast. All my breakfast Pokemons. So I kind of think you're fine. But the Psychic typing helps. Puts you over Psyduck for sure. But you also suck to raise. Raising eggs. Anybody got a farm out there? That's Execute for you. Wow, there's so much left. Oh my gosh. Cubone. Oh, Cubone. Bone Meringue. Oh, I love Cubone. I love you from a freaking design standpoint too. Oh, I wish I got you like earlier in the game. I think you'd be super useful. So I think you're so cool. The bone on the head, the legacy of Cubone, Cubone's mother, ground type. Ground type is excellent. I mean, most of the ground types we got, like Sandshrew is good if you put good things on him. Diglett's great. He just kind of is boring. The other ones are not standalone grounds. They're like rock ground, which kind of sucks. But Cubone is just great ground, defensive. Bone Meringue, 2-hit and move, critical hit. I think you could do 3 hits if you put one of the bone items on him. I love Cubone. Do I love him more than Spearow? Yeah, I think I do. Do I love him more than either of the starters, Charmander or Squirtle? Oh, no, I don't love him more than Squirtle, but I might love him more than Charmander. That's so hard. That is so hard to say. I wouldn't drop raising Charmander for raising Cubone, though. Wow. What a great pre-evolution Pokemon. That's so cool. Okay, great. I love me some Cubone. Top 3 pre-evolved Pokemon. That's amazing. I love that. Love that for Cubone. Okay, great. Who's next? Hitmonlee. Okay, I like Hitmonlee. Although the more I've learned about the Hitmons, the less I care. You know, the Jackie Chan and the Bruce Lee Pokemon. Like, I think that's fine. I would go Hitmonlee over Hitmonchan, though. Although, from what I've learned, like, I'm not sure. The special stat is interesting on Chan. Lee, though, Lee with the high jump kick is amazing. I can go for that. I can go for that. Ooh. No can do. Over Diglett. Over Poliwag. He's just kicking Poliwag to the curb. Over Pikachu. Over Pidgey. Over Geodude. Over Voltorb. But not over Onix. I think Onix kind of reigns supreme as I'm looking at him now. Hitmonchan is going to be kind of like bottom of like here. I do like Hitmonchan. From a design standpoint, I probably prefer him. I just think from usefulness, he's not as useful for me, for the way I play. I know some people can really mess with Chan, but I'm a Bruce Lee type guy, you know? The Jeet Kune Do. Not the Hollywood martial arts. Either way, they're both Hollywood, but whatever. Over Diglett. Over Poliwag. Over Venonat. Over Pikachu. Over Pidgey. This image is too good. Geodude and Hitmonchan just looking at each other. I almost don't want to move him for that. But he is over Geodude. He's over Voltorb. So yeah, these guys are neck and neck. Or foot and fist, rather. Who's next? Oh my gosh, there's so many. And this may have to be a two-part video. And I'll just kind of leave it saved or something. Lickitung. Oh boy. You are so forgettable. You suck. You suck. Oh my god, I really don't like you. I hate you. I don't hate you. Do I hate any Pokemon? I don't think I hate any Pokemon. We'll find out. Over Farfetch'd. Do you get Body Slam? That'd be cool. But the tongue and the lick mechanics make you really low. I would rather raise these guys and have bug Pokemon go to the end than have a Lickitung. Oh. It's kind of like scary. I don't even want to look back. Farfetch'd. Do I dislike Farfetch'd more than Lickitung? Yeah, I do. But I don't like Lickitung more than Parasect or Paris. Paris is going somewhere. Lickitung is just bothering me. Coughing. I'm not big into self-destructors, which, I mean, Voltorb is technically, but I don't really raise him that way. I raise him as like a paralyzer and special attacker. Coughing, though. Smog. High defense and levitate is good. Design-wise, though, I think Grimer's cooler. Coughing is just smog. Is that it? He's just like cigarette smoke in the air. Over Drowsy. Over Tentacool. Over Seal. Jigglypuff and Coughing should go together for Pokemon Snap reasons. But I think I like him more than Shellder, Ponyta. But not more than Psyduck. Right in the middle. Smack dab in the middle is Coughing here. He's got me coughing. Who likes coughing? I don't like coughing. I want to stop coughing. There you go. Rhyhorn. Okay, you're cool. But you show up so late. I don't like catching you in Safari Zone. Horn Attack, meh. It takes you so long to level up. You're a Rhinoceros Pokemon, so you really do feel like you belong at the zoo. That's a terrible thing to say. You belong in the jungle or the wilds of Africa, not in the zoo. There you go. But, I mean, because it's Safari Zone, like, that makes sense. So, Rhyhorn. I guess you do show up in, like, Victory Road sometimes. But again, so late, and by then my team is mostly settled. I don't really want Rhyhorn by that point. If you showed up sooner and were easier to catch, maybe. But then, even then, you take so long to level up. You're just fine right now. You're like a baby rhinoceros. I don't really care for you. I'm sorry. You're high like, or low like, high neutral. I think you're just neutral, bruh. But you're a high neutral. You're higher than Krabby. That's for sure. You're going somewhere. Just a little too late. Chansey. I don't like Chansey. I wouldn't use Chansey. Having a heal Pokemon is cool. Like, it's having a healer on your team. There's nobody else that's really like that. I guess maybe with, like, Wish as a mechanic or Recover, I guess. But, like, who nurses the rest of your team back to health. It just sucks that you're, like, useless otherwise. The HP is so high, but only for you to have, like, weak defense and just kind of get pummeled by a fighting type. But I do like you more than Clefairy. I actually don't dislike you, but I don't like you either. But you're somewhere in the middle. I think you are over Psyduck, but under Execute, because Execute's going somewhere. Psyduck's not. Chansey could. There is something there. I don't really know how to use you in a great way later on. Soft-boiled might only be good for the wild anyway. Maybe not competitively, but there's still something there. Tangela. Angela the Tangela. What are you? Worms? Oh gosh, Tangela. I don't like you. But you don't disturb me more than Lickitung. You do a little bit. I don't hate you. I don't come across Tangela and be like, well, like, what is this abomination? But I also don't like you. You're bottom 3. You suck. Absorb. You get absorbed for like half the game. Like, what are you doing? And then replace it with Mega Drain, like, so you can do 40 damage. Thanks, Tangela. Terrible. Oh, we're getting good now. Kangaskhan. Ooh, Genghis-Khan the Kangaskhan. Genghis. Oh, I love Kangaskhan. Holy smokes. You're just impossible to catch, but let's keep that aside for a sec. If I could catch you, I would. You are so great. You're the big mama Pokemon. I love some Kangaskhan. I think I put you over Spearow. Pokemon Snap. I have a story here. So I own the cart back when you could bring it to Blockbuster and print out photos at the booth that you took in your game. And I had one of a Kangaskhan. When you throw the apple at it, it comes charging up, and he goes, hurrah. And it was the coolest thing. I had always wished I had printed it out. I still can now by just streaming it and catching the gameplay and then printing it that way. But there was something about that always stuck with me throughout the years. And Kangaskhan is so cool. The fact it has a little baby Kangaskhan in the pouch. I never really used you. And I think that X and Y maybe made you overused, but you are still so cool. I do think from a design standpoint, I prefer Cubone and the Bone Meringue thing. But Dizzy Punch Kangaskhan, boy. Bodies, I don't know if he gets body slammed, but as a normal typing, I love some Kangaskhan. Okay, Horsey. I do not care about you. You're a seahorse. It is very clear what you are. Bubble, Smokescreen. That's all I think about when I think about you. In fact, I'd rather use a Psyduck over you. But I take you over. I think I take Ponyta over you, to be honest. I guess you could teach him Surf, but like, I don't know. Then you need a Dragon Fang trade evolution for you. Forget it. Just forget it. I think I put Shelder over you, actually. But you are over Jigglypuff. That's for sure. Goldeen. I dislike Goldeen immensely. I've never thought to myself, yeah, I want a Goldeen on my team. But you're more useful than Farfetch, and you're less hideous than these two. But you still suck. You're still terrible. Horn Attack, like that's, like, you're a failed Nidoran Goldfish Pokemon thing. I dislike you a lot. Goldeen. Why? Any other Pokemon I could catch in the water, I'm using. Any. But you? I'm not using you. Not if I don't have to. Goldeen can go, bro. Staryu? I'm kind of just okay on Staryu. Just plain water. Misty kind of overuses you. But you are going somewhere. I definitely use you over Horsey, but I think Shelder's going more places than you, and you're just a very plain looking starfish. What is this, like a laser beam belt? I don't get it. Mr. Mime. I hate Mr. No, I don't. I like Mr. Mime. I think he's funny and dumb, and the reflect and light screen techniques kind of feel fitting for him. He is another psychic type you could use, you know, as opposed to the Abra route. I know what you are. You are a mime. You know, it is very clear. The the balding is funny. That's crazy. I kind of look like a mime right now, or Mr. Mime, but I get the ponytail, so it kind of rules me out. Being Mr. Mime, Mr. Balding Mime here. But I still like you. I think you're funny, and you're joyous. You're dumb, joyful. Over Poliwag. Over Venonat. Over Pikachu. Yeah, I think you fit right alongside these human types. But I think I would take you over Hitmonchan. But I would run a Hitmonlee over you. So right in the middle, getting beat up by these fighting types. But meanwhile, he's got like the walls up. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, so many. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 5, 8, 54, 58. I can get a few more done. I lost my place. Scyther? Holy schmoly. Scyther! Come on, we love Scyther. He is so cool. He is the coolest bug type, period. X-Scissor in later games. In the first game, I don't think he's as useful for bug typing. There's no real bug moves to use. What else could he use? Slash. Slash on him kind of makes sense. Wing attack, very strong attack and speed patterns, or stats. But I think I do love you more than Spearow. I do love Spearow, but I love you more than Spearow. I would use you in a heartbeat starting the game. I just never get that opportunity. So it just never happens. I restart these games so much that I'm just so used to like a Spearow, a Squirtle, a Slowpoke, but never Scyther or Cubone. Like, so I think I do love Scyther. Okay, Jinx. Jinx gets a lot of hate. I don't hate Jinx. I like Jinx. More than these guys, no. Maybe more than Grimer. You know, I love my like controversial picks. So she's so strong. She is slept on, not like that, because the way she's dressed or whatever. But she is slept on as a useful character. Blizzard, Psychic, oh, speed stat, terrific. I don't mess with Lovely Kiss too much, but it is there. Ice Beam, yeah, dude, one of the most viable ice types in my opinion. But I think I would put her over Grimer, but I put her under Slowpoke. I think Slowpoke does a little more tanking, which I like. I don't always love a brittle attacker Pokemon. Electabuzz. Now elected. With a buzz. I like Electabuzz. How can you not like Electabuzz? More than Pikachu. Yes, 100%. More than Voltorb. I would use Electabuzz over Voltorb. Fits right in with these human types. I would use you over Hitmonlee. The Thunderbolts on the chest are cool. But I think Onix outclasses you in terms of, like, gargantuan. But now it's making me reconsider Mankey. But Mankey's cool. I like Mankey. Magmar. You've heard of cleft chin. Well, now let's find out about the cleft forehead. Magmar is strong. Don't get me wrong. I like Magmar. He's got the fire tail thing going. But I do think design-wise, it's very confusing. You got like the platypus beak, the booty forehead, the Charmander's tail, and some thunder thighs. I don't love your design, but I like how strong you are. But you just don't make a lot of sense. I don't get you. You're some evil demon spawned from the magma. So Magmar, I just like you. That's it. And we can do the last one today is Pinsir. Come back next week for the wrap up. Pinsir is a stag. I've never thought of a stag beetle as this big. I do like Pinsir, but I think I like Growlithe more. Your usefulness is weird. I just think of Guillotine and Vice Grip for you. Whereas Slash, I think, is like kind of a better move overall. X-Scissor, I guess you do get, technically. But given the choice, I think I would run Scyther first. And I'd put you over Slowpoke, or under Slowpoke, but not over Jinx. It's my general feelings. You are very kind of like tough typing, but you two work very nicely together. I think I'd put Pinsir on my team first, though. So there you have it. I have 6 loves, 23 likes, 22 neutrals, and 12 dislikes. Not bad. I anticipated more neutrals, but I actually like or love most of the Pokemon, it seems like. Doesn't mean I'd like all of them. There are no hates, but there are some ones that are pretty close. I just really dislike them. I don't hate them. I don't get annoyed when I see a Farfetch'd. I'm like, this thing is breaking my game. I actually almost feel that way about Abra, so that's very interesting what that will mean. What does this portend? Find out next time here on Majora T. Toodaloo.